Into the wind.
Wheel of life.
Don't be a killjoy. You've only just begun.
By royal
That hurts!
You can't run.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Discalculated. Detoxifying heat.
opening box of Adepti
This was not done.
Odds reveal by
Feels clogged.
So, is this what delusions are made from? So much crystal marrow. Now where have we seen that? Wait a second! Are they getting this from Rito? So the Conjure Commission
Looks like I went too far.
Life goes on. Let me amuse myself.
The wind knows me.
You really know how to get me going. Junkie, go! Shine no longer.
One with nature.
Yikes! It looks dangerous! We'd better watch our step or we might get hit!
The wind knows me. One with nature.
Rise.
You Intruder spotted! Do not let them impede the work of the Harbingers. You'll never get out of here alive! Screw you!
Wind Strider!
You can't run!
Not really!
Send the Killjoy! We've only just begun!
Dumpy Dumpy Town!
Can't run! Well, in charge, we'll break you!
Into the wind!
Go.
Just calculate.
As one with wind and cloud! The wind knows me.
This is bad.
One with nature.
Boing,
Stay right. Now this idiot must have a death wish. Don't be intimidated. Lord Harbinger will be here soon. Should have get killed. Have a load of this.
Oz, reveal dice!
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Where are you?
Into the wind!
Pertinent fool, be gone!
As you wish.
Life goes on.
The wind knows me.
Out of my sight! Orders given, orders received.
Into the wind! As one with wind and cloud!
Blazing delight! Jumpy Dumpy Town! La la la! Ooh, ooh! Hiya! Got you! Out of my
The wind knows me.
wheel of life. Winter shall eventually come.
You actually managed to find this place. Congratulations.
So, you're another Fatui Harbinger? Like Senora and Child?
Senora and Child. I didn't know you and my two least reliable colleagues were acquainted. I'm the Balladeer. Number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. Delighted to meet you, oh mighty traveler. So many visitors today. To what do I owe the honor? Oh, so that's what this is about. I think you've got the wrong idea. I know how this looks, but I'm just here to follow orders. I'm obviously not the mastermind behind this. Aren't you supposed to be pretty tough? What are you waiting for? Go get them. You're getting all worked up over nothing. Didn't have you down as being so weak.
How can you say this is nothing?
How can you call it anything more? It's the way of the world. Human life is worthless. They were always going to die, with or without a delusion. At least having one gives them a chance to fulfill their ambitions. Do you have any idea how useful the Vision Hunt decree is to us? It took a lot of work to make it happen. Obviously, it was in our best interests. Good news is, our hard work is finally paying off. Generating conflict creates a big market for delusions. Now we just let the promise of power draw in the weak. For just a small price, they get the feeling of controlling the world, trading their life for supreme power. Pretty good deal, don't you think?
So, the Fatui started the Vision Hunt decree? You've been behind it all along?
From the outside, Inazuma looks pretty impenetrable, but on the inside, it's a land of opportunity. With a little effort, we were able to break them down from within. Eternity stretches things out over a long time, but each moment within it becomes all the more fragile. Take your friend in the Resistance, for example. There's nothing you can do now. He's a lost cause. Just like a bubble on the water. Beautiful for a moment, then total destruction. The more it takes from them, the more tightly they hold on to it. And the more incompetent they are, the more determined they are to fight it. It's such a farce. You have to see the funny side.
Hey, calm down! No!
That's it. Just like that. Embrace the anger. Embrace it! The wrath of the gods fills this factory, and it feeds on your anger.
What's happening? Get up!
Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Oh, you recognized me right away. Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news. It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something. How come you're acting so differently from when we first met you?
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other Shrine Maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this. People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact. Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways. This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please.
Paimon didn't quite follow.
Study humans a while longer, my little friend. You'll see what I mean.
Right! Paimon was so focused on the Traveler that Paimon didn't notice what you did to get Scaramouche off our backs.
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine, and that I had the balladeer down on his knees, begging for mercy in an instant? Would you believe me? Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that, and more about how exactly you're going to thank me, no? Maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought. I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. I need your actions, not your words. The delusions. They're still on your mind, aren't they? You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. She's also issued a strict ban on the use of delusions across the whole army. With their stronghold exposed, I doubt the balladeer is stubborn enough to try and retaliate now on his colleagues' behalf. It would be more trouble than it's worth. I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatui getting a taste of their own medicine. Well, anyway, that Songonomiya Kokomi, she really outdid herself this time. I'd love to have another chat with her again in person. But alas, belief systems can be such a hindrance sometimes.
A hindrance? Should you really be saying that as the Gucci of the Grand Shrine?
Anyway, I'm only telling you this to stop you worrying so that you can focus on something I need you to do for me. You've met her, right? I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes? Yes, the true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the Traveler met later? And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did the opponent?
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state, free from all disturbances.
So, that place that she carved open with her sword...
The plane of Euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. A place that typically only allows her existence. She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet, who has a singular focus on the pursuit of eternity. This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity. You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him. A surprising decision by Liyue's Archon. What a fascinating god he is.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhang Li was facing, though.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little child, throwing a temper tantrum and locking herself in her room. Don't you think? The grand notion of eternity she once held has long since given way to the eternity of her own definition. And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear. The fear of loss. The truth is, we are on the same side. You want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt Decree. So do I. The only difference is that I'd rather like to save this nation and save A while we're at it. The key is that the plane of Euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have the chance to shake the Raiden Shogun's will.
So this is your plan? To abolish the Vision Hunt Decree? Not by talking her out of it, or through an armed resistance, but by, hopping inside the Raiden Shogun's inner world?
You're a fast learner. In short, this is the last chance to get Inazuma back on track. Otherwise, an eternity of darkness awaits. Don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane of Euthymia is a space where only she is allowed to exist. The fact that you could appear there tells us one crucial thing. That you have piqued her interest. Perhaps it's because she has never seen an individual who is so unpredictable in the face of eternity.
Has no one else ever been in there?
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. In fact, no one even knows what it looks like in there. Your existence is more than just an opportunity. It's the very key to all of this. To that I say, well done, child. You did not disappoint me after all.
Wait, you're leaving? Where are you going?
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special program just for you. Come along.
We're gonna do it here? And what's this mechanism for?
Think of it as a catalyst that can reproduce the Raiden Shogun's combat moves. I made it from my own memory, which means it should be perfectly accurate. Unless, of course, her skills have declined. It'll give you a chance to figure out her moves in advance and come up with a counter-strategy. That should be a big help, don't you think? The aim is to try to not get hit by the attacks. Since you've escaped certain death at her hand once already, I presume this shouldn't be more than you can handle.
Fine. Into the wind.
This is how it must be. A pleasure to be working with you. We can do this! Something's come up? Don't blink! Hey! Yeah.
apologies! The wind knows me. There are leaves around.
Klee can help.
To accompany.
Bombs, so heavy.
I'll scout ahead.
So rude. Unthinkable! Whirling snow!
I condemn you!
Klee was a brave girl today. I found a really weird-looking lizard. Want me to show it to you? So how come you know so much about the Raiden Shogun?
You mean me? Perhaps it's because I'm the Electro Archon's servant.
What? Like Devalin is to Barbados? Huh. Never would have guessed by looking at you.
It sounds like you'd be more persuaded if you saw me in my fox form. In your dreams.
Huh.
More curious than my appearance is the fact that she and I don't see each other anymore, wouldn't you say? A nation to last for all eternity is a dream that she and I both share. But I don't think that's the same thing as complete stasis. At some point, she started going down a path that became increasingly difficult for me to join her on. You know, A never said goodbye to me before she stepped into the plane of euthymia. Perhaps it's just my wishful thinking, but I think she did this deliberately, as her way of keeping our friendship eternal. By neither saying goodbye nor seeing me again, our relationship will remain forever how it was. In her mind, at least. Since we've embarked on two very different paths to eternity, I can either continue to maintain the status quo or do whatever it takes to bring her back on track, regardless of the cost. I have chosen the latter because if stubbornly isolating herself in the plane of euthymia is her idea of eternity, then my duty as her eternal servant is to drag her back out of her own head and into the real world.
Aw, Miko, you sound like a really great friend.
I'm only telling you this so you can properly understand my plan. Could you possibly spare the sentimentality for the time being? Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Time for Anti-Raiden Shogun Training Phase 2.
There's a part 2?
Take flight! Vengeance will be mine! Rack and ruin! Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Into the wind!
Embrace the ice! Unthinkable!
The wind knows it. As one with wind and cloud! It's fine!
We're finally done! How did we do?
You did quite admirably. I could see your determination and your hard work.
So, do you think we're ready to beat the Raiden Shogun now?
How do I put this? You're no match for her at all.
Wait, what? So all of this was a complete waste of time?
You are the most important part of the plan. I know what I'm doing. You don't think I'd leave you with no chance to win at all, do you? Speaking of, Traveler, what do you think of the Resistance Army's chances? You're absolutely right. Perhaps they occasionally best the Shogun's army in open battle, but when they face the Raiden Shogun herself, considering even their visions have been taken from them and embedded in the statue, they're ultimately quite helpless.
You don't have to be so blunt. The Traveler's the captain of Swordfish too, you know.
I don't mean to belittle them. On the contrary. It is precisely because of their helplessness, because their visions have been taken from them, that their will is all the more precious. In short, if everything goes according to plan, they may yet prove to be helpful. Oh, goodness, is that the time? I have another guest to receive today. We can talk more back at the Grand Narukami Shrine.
All of this sudden, you're entertaining guests? Hyman's really struggling to understand how you work. Animal test 6308.
Oh, so sorry.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Absorption test.
Yep. Let's spark things up a little.
This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze!
Swirl, Mark 2. Stand clear.
The scenery is...
The insolent shall be punished.
Stay focused!
Over here.
Yeah.
What's happening?
It is as the stars foretold.
Come with me.
Into the wind! Time to go. Time to go. Hardly. folks around. And I know tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Life goes on.
One with nature.
Curses! This was not...
Into the wind.
Wheel of life. Written in the stars. Yeah!
The more the merrier. First round's on me!
goes on.
Shouldn't get careless.
Eyes on me!
Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Death.
The wind knows me.
Blink! Yeah!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Into the wind!
Decided by destiny!
The wind knows me.
This should be fun.
Power that ended high!
Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Opening box of Adeptitrix. Go.
This one's well done.
Into the wind.
Slacking off. This one's well done. Not breaking up my work.
The wind knows me.
To ashes!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Yeah!
Life goes on.
Into the wind!
This one's well done. Roast and fried. You need to hurry up.
One with nature.
Written in the stars.
We are one.
Into the wind. Time to go. Time to go. As one with wind and cloud. Time to go. The wind knows me. Into the wind. The wind knows me.
Decided by destiny. Yeah.
Clouds high. The birds call. Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Eyes on me!
The wind knows me.
Have a little taste.
Fate is upon you.
Blade, say no more.
Clouds high, the birds call.
Orders given. Orders received. Go.
Time to go.
To ashes!
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind. Follow the wind. The wind knows me. Into the wind.
Nice.
One with nature. The wind knows me.
Life goes on.
One with nature. The wind knows me.
Power that ended my shot!
Rise.
One with nature. Clouds high, the birds call, into the wind.
Sacred name, fortune preserver.
One with nature. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Into the wind.
To ashes!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me. Into the wind.
Rise.
One with nature. Time to go. Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Life goes on.
The wind knows me. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me. One with nature.
Eyes on me!
Opening box of Adeptitrix. Wheel of Life.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Time to go. The wind knows me. One with nature.
Let go.
the wind.
Faster? Life goes on.